bringing Liberty tolerant varieties to market to me is something that I'm really actually very excited about because I've worked on it for so long. I began work on it in 1998. At that time, our goal was to get it to the market in around 2004.
The arrival of Liberty Link herbicide tolerance technology opens up a whole range of great new choices for Australian canola growers. And a small group of people has been working to make that possible for a surprisingly long time.
So I've been working with Liberty for my entire career, for the 18 years. As we have moved on to different herbicide tolerant systems, we've always had Liberty in the background.
My first job was working on the Liberty program in Mount Gambier nearly 10 years ago. So yeah, it's amazing to see the technology finally here.
The first local Liberty Link varieties were approved by the federal government way back in 2004. Only for the states to bring in moratoriums on GM canola that blocked their release. By the time those moratoriums began to be lifted and the first Roundup-ready varieties were launched, the Invigor breeding team was committed to developing other innovations.
One of the big challenges with plant breeding is it takes a long time. So once you decide to pursue a trait, it then takes between 5 and 10 years to get something to market. So we spent a lot of time over a period bringing the Podguard trait into Australian Roundup Ready varieties, and over the last sort of 5 years we've been able to commercialise some really good varieties that are now widely grown through the cropping area.
When I first came to the breeding centre here at Longrenong, I was quite amazed at how far the technology's come over the years. I probably wasn't aware of what we had here at BASF when I first started, and the facilities that we have in our breeding program are amazing.
The results that we've got over the last few years have just been mind-blowing, that we're now top of class and that we're also been able to combine these elite hybrids with unique traits from BASF.
All the time they were developing the TruFlex and Podguard varieties that have done so well in the recent NVTs, the local team went on working with their Canadian colleagues and saw from a distance just how much can be achieved with the SeedLink breeding system that produces Liberty Link varieties.
They've been growing Liberty Link canola there for over 20 years and over that period it's grown to be the dominant canola in Canada. It's been successful for two reasons. One has been the unique properties of the Liberty tolerance, and the other has been the quality of the varieties that they've been able to put on the market. There's been a few different hybrid systems developed, but the SeedLink system is a really robust one and it allows us a lot of flexibility in our breeding.
About 7 years ago, the Australian team started focusing on its own Liberty Link program again. And those last few years of development have come to fruition just when local canola growers really need a new herbicide in the program.
Now's a great time to be introducing Liberty Link canola. What's happened is the industry's evolved. GM canola is now widely accepted throughout Australia and widely grown. And of course now farmers have a real challenge with herbicide resistance.
Glyphosate resistance is an issue, and more there's a lot of herbicide resistance tests being conducted every year, but we are also seeing clethodim resistance, which is why the Liberty variety becomes an important tool for our growers in Australia.
While its new mode of action will be crucial as a resistance management tool, sowing Liberty Link canola won't lock growers into using Liberty herbicide in that crop. The BASF team have used the SeedLink system to breed even more flexibility into the first Liberty Link hybrids than previous Invigor lines have offered. All LT varieties will offer both the Liberty Link trait and triazine tolerance, while LR varieties will combine the Liberty Link and TruFlex technologies. Growers can choose to either maintain their standard TT or TruFlex programs or add Liberty for enhanced weed control and resistance management. Either way, they'll be growing vigorous, resilient, high-yielding hybrids with flexible harvest timings. Thanks to Podguard and over 20 years of hard work at Longrenong, around Australia, and across the world.
It's just going to be fantastic for the farmer, and it's fantastic for us to see that all our work and that we're now producing fantastic hybrids for the Australian grower.
We're extremely excited at BASF and really looking forward to seeing it in the market and in growers' cropping plans.